quantum brack. No, never mind. We're on Junction 4, which I completely neglected to include in Act 4, is it? Part 4? I just abandoned you. In my madness, I'm not sure what happened, so we do have a quick choice to make here for Junction 4, and then I believe we will be on to the final and fifth act. Let me sip briefly. Now that I've heard myself out loud, it's clear. Or it's not. We'll wake up that old tired voice box eventually. Pardon my gravel until then. Good morning. So nice to see you there in the chat. Hello, hello. Alright, so let's see what awaits us in Junction 4.
I don't have much time left, I know. I spent 17 years working it out, planning it, building
behind
Monarch,
there. Oh my
I knew what was
goodness.
coming, and I knew it couldn't be
It's all
stopped.
coming together, isn't it?
But what I've built
Upward
has
and
been turned
downward
against
facing
me.
pyramids inside a triangle.
What is the point in saving them if I can't trust them?
On a junction called Control, in which the central piece is a dodecahedron.
I'm slipping away.
Getting a little excited.
Pain and rage. The sickness is accelerating. The CFR. It has cost me so much. But I have harnessed its power. And with it, my plan will work. With it, I will keep the lights on when the world goes dark.
My question is this like the same thing?
But I have that cleanup report on Dr. Kim's lab you wanted.
On another facet of reality, is this Hedron itself? A protective force for both time and resonances? I don't know. I'm speculating.
The lab
Hello again,
explosion.
Paul.
My treatments, all gone.
It's good to see you smirking.
First things first. Seal the chamber.
Alright, get the Gorilla Glue, we'll do it.
Regulator, Williams' precious countermeasure.
Oh, you mean this chamber? I'm
Need to
sorry.
keep it safe at all costs. The lifeboat depends on it.
How are you tied into all of this, Paul Serene? You give me your secrets. You reveal it to me now. I'm tired of you being coy. And frankly, I'm coy about you being tired. I'm assuming I should go this way. And since he's stumbling so slowly, I should make that decision now. There may be something to find back there, but... Ooh. See if we can soak some upgrade points into movement speed for Paul here, and then we'll go back and check it out. Alright, seal the chamber. I remember now.
CFR has been secured.
Mr. Serene? I'm in your office.
I'll be right
Get
there.
out of there!
Serene out.
No one's allowed in my office when I'm not in my office.
Soldiers know how close to the end I am.
I even clean it myself,
I'm not afraid of death.
to make sure.
I'm afraid of becoming the enemy. What that would mean for me, for the plan. I can feel it infesting my thoughts.
He's, not looking so good. Rather pitiable villain here at the end. If indeed a villain he be. Arr. sure why I phrased it that way, to be honest with you. But welcome aboard.
I don't know who to trust anymore.
Are these my chest x-rays? Because,
Martin Hatch.
He
used me all
Oh,
these
no.
years. How deep does this betrayal run? How many more are there? They wanted the lifeboat to fail.
This is where I keep my
Why?
conspiracy theories.
What's their agenda?
No, in actuality, this is the entire timeline from 1999, or whenever it is, to the end of time. 2021. That's when it's all over. I regret to inform you. About it. Let's take a quick peek at this. Oh, we're gonna learn so much.
Sure.
Start at the beginning.
Right with you, son.
No, I don't have time. I'm learning. Oh, good. He's on our side, too. Paul Serene is on the side of learning. But first, a quick nap under these abstract jellyfish. I'm gonna hazard a guess. Guess haphazardly.
I spent years living in the past, living in the safety of knowing what happens next. Years of
I
planning,
deeply regret.
building.
Yes.
It's all come to this.
Phase 3 complete. End of time prep. Alright. Any juicy details for us in here? Keep it silent. Keep it secret. Oh, keep it so safe. Find the mystery woman. Well, you've gone off the board now, Paul. Paul, get back here. Recover from injuries. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, yes, the mystery woman who shot him is Beth, as we know. Write down notes on everything witnessed at end of time. Formulate plan with clear steps. Okay, make investments. Blah, blah, blah. Buy all that Monsanto. Yeah, got it. Okay. Contact Fang for the Shenzhou launch. Just trying to see if we recognize any names across the Remedyverse here. El Salvador, I knew it! No sign of mystery woman from end of time. Search continues. Female, red hair, late 20s, linked to Joyce, question mark on all of these. William working on a new project. Observe from afar. Begin tracking William. Ready plan concerning Afghanistan after Bush, quote, elected. 9/11. R&D facility constructed. 25% funded for survival plan as of October 2001. What else? Establish relations with Facebook team. Oh, that's a dark piece of the timeline. That's really the worst thing they've done. That's probably insensitive to say. I'm sorry. On this particular board, it's not the worst thing they've done, but it might be close. New dev manager needed because Livingston found dead. Martin Hatch promoted to dev manager. What a coincidence. Begin Chronon Tech division. 50% funded. A note that just says Facebook, February 4th. Be sure to get good amount of shares. Oh, yes, he's buying stock in it because he knows it will skyrocket. I see now. This makes sense. Lifeboat planning. Resolve Ridley issue. What is that? Gibson to lead team. List. Senator Ridley, Chairman Sanders, Judge Adams. I cannot read the other one. So what is the Ridley issue? Total funding achieved in 2005. Second wave of the media buyout PR campaign. River Port Police Force takeover begins. Call Bob at the London Embassy. So sorry, just catching myself up here. And hello there in the chat, nice to see you. Sell stock before bank crisis. Yeah. You know, what could we do to make this bank crisis worse? I know. I've got an idea. Chronon regulation issue unresolved. No mystery woman sightings. Sure. No mystery woman sightings after 2 years. Financial crisis starts. Dr. Joyce surveillance. Still developing unknown device at the workshop. Big PR opportunity in Peru. August 15th, 2007. What would that have been? Begin funding for Riverport University. Telescope launch. Begin construction of Monarch Tower. Expand the Chronon Tech team, or end 2009. No mystery woman sighting in 4 years. 10 years in stay the course. Oh, 10 years in stay the course. 2 years behind to the Chronon Tech Alpha completion. No solution. Cheap investments in Europe. There's no way to speak about your investments in Europe while they're listening. Come on. Greece bailout, deep water spills, like every real world event of the early 2010s, etc. was tied into this in some way. Which is kind of cool of them. Also a little bit risky, but cool. WikiLeaks. 2011, Occupy Wall Street. Tsunami. Lifeboat. Chronon harvesting. Stutter-proofing. Shifter research. Sickness cure. Not seeing anything that's like out of the main quest purview here. Like nothing in the wider Remedyverse is more what I'm searching for. But this is very cool backstory for the entire span of this game here. Ebola outbreak. The Monarch time machine construction begins in 2014. Get Rackley on our side. Sophia Island Labs proceed. Juggernaut prototype ready. Might want to check the back to see if there's maybe a weakness there. Rackley becomes mayor. There it is. Get Rackley on our side, and then, hey, he's mayor now. Lifeboat protocol critical phase or project. Striker suit tech is complete. Time machine frame completed. The fracture begins. We're in 2016 now, so this is what Paul has seen after, like whatever he was able to glean from the end of time. This is where we are now. So as far as Jack is aware, I was about to say as far as I'm aware, but I'm currently Paul. As far as Jack is aware, this is the current state of time, and he knows nothing beyond this. So the fracture begins, university heist. All prototypes approved. So Mystery Woman from End of Time is Beth Wilder. Paul does know now. Is she connected to Artemis? Second time machine still exists? Must find it. Essential to maintain control over next steps. So he still doesn't know about the one at the Bradbury swimming pool as of October 9th. Stutter escalation already at 2020 levels. How? They were trying to weaken my conviction. Cannot give in. Alright, so this is all stuff afterward. In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire in thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare sear the fire? I am the symmetry of fear. I am the weight of salvation. I am chosen. That pretty much sums up my 2017. Yeah. Chronon harvesting, complete gray area. So events here are unknown because he kind of skipped past them. He may know a couple of things, and then I'm guessing these are planning points. But what else can we glean here? Sickness, permanent cure. Symptoms getting worse. Projected estimate uncertain. Earliest time of delivery for the cure would be March 2017, which is like, what, 7 months away? 6 months away? Cannot question the path. This is our only salvation. Shifter testing. Weapons vulnerability. Chronon shields. Hoping to have that done mid-2018. Anti-shifter weapons delivery in March of 2019. And lifeboat final construction complete. So is he still... It's like Paul was expecting this to start, the fracture would begin, and then he thought they'd have until 2020 before it would actually start, like, reaching violent levels. But then in that other thing we just read, he said that they've reached violent levels now, like, it's already at 2020 levels. How? We saw back in 2016. So all of this, he was hoping to continue planning and building the lifeboat. It seems like they need the lifeboat today. Whatever day it currently is. It must be like October 10th. And their estimated delivery of the solution to the fracture is sometime in 2021. Whenever these subjective years after the end of time begin. 17 or so. Alright, I think we're finally caught up. Thank you for bearing with me there. What do you need, young man? I'm just going to slip into something more comfortable and fetch myself some sherry. Would you like? Would you like to partake? No sherry for you. All right. Sherry. Feels like there should be something back here, but nope, this is just for napping. Hello and good morning. So nice to see your moons and sippage. Wait, that sounds weird. How do I explain? All right.
Report. Sir, you ordered us to search the demolished lab. Your treatments were destroyed, but there was one left. The casing appears to be broken, but it's all we could find.
I'll slurp it down. No, thanks. I mean, no thanks? No, I mean... See what's on here real quick, just in case that's the end. I'll make our decision
right
after we hit that.
Whenever you're ready.
I'll be with you in a second. From Clarice Ogawa, Mr. Hatch's arrest. I just heard that you ordered Mr. Hatch arrested. I understand that there appears to be damning evidence against him, but at the risk of offering my opinion where it's not wanted, I ask you to reconsider the situation. As Mr. Hatch has repeatedly said, there are people working against you within Monarch, and I believe he's right. I don't know who they are, obviously, but I believe that Mr. Hatch's attempts to expose them have made him a target. I'm sure you can see what I mean. It seems very convenient that just as Mr. Hatch has been trying to convince you that there are people you can't trust within Monarch, your treatments are destroyed and he is implicated. Looking at this from the point of view of an actual traitor, I think of a better way to get rid of a threat. I can't think of a better way to get rid of a threat. Strike against you and allay suspicion all in one bold move. Obviously, sir, I trust your judgment, and you know I have the highest respect for you and your moustache. I don't mean to second-guess you or your moustache. Still, I'm afraid that you're being manipulated. Martin Hatch is not your enemy. That's a very nice, impassioned plea. Thank you, Clarice. I don't recall, I think whatever they're mentioning happened during the TV segments here, which we're cutting out, regrettably. They're wonderful. And so I don't recall what the implication was, if Martin Hatch did directly destroy his medicine, and we're supposed to know that, or if there is in fact some doubt. We operate in both realities.
One of my treatments. But it's
Time
damaged.
to huff some paint here. Look away, kids. This is no example for you.
Sir? I didn't catch that.
Or is it a trap?
I said, is it safe to use?
Another betrayal.
Ah, so the
treatment
choice
will make
is,
me weak.
do I actually take the
Is that what they want?
perhaps compromised medicine?
Can any of them be trusted?
And here's a very interesting dilemma. Hold to show control. Let's save that. Show me surrender.
You have all betrayed me. Assured my downfall. And now, I will assure yours.
My world will be renewed. My world will see balance.
Chaos. It's falling
His
apart.
world.
They're working against me. They're fighting each other.
You'll need to get to Serene's office. He's got direct access to the CFR.
That could mean multiple things.
Joyce fixes the fracture, he fixes the world. They'll go home happy.
Charlie Wincott. Another weakling. A traitor siding with Jack. I can make
Making
them
him
suffer.
smile. I wish he made me smile. So Serene stops fighting the Chronon Syndrome, loses faith in his plan, and Monarch spins off into a destructive, bang-cutting spree of... just... No, Paul, come back.
I'm not a traitor.
We're the same now. And I need your help.
I can focus on the mission. The lifeboat. See it through to the end. I still have allies I can trust.
Look, you have to realize you're not gonna keep me from getting the CFR.
Last chance to walk away, Joyce.
Liam Burke. He would fight to defend us. To slow Jack down. The plan could still work.
So, Paul can double down, he can huff his last bit of medicine, and then use his last bit of leverage over Liam Burke to force him to confront us later, Jack, I believe. Or, I'm not sure what happens if he just stops fighting. It's rather interesting. There seem to be wider and vaguer implications to this choice than there have been to the others, which have been fairly direct. In a certain sense, I want to have him maintain control. He has been throughout a, careful and planning villain, taking the PR path and trying his best to avoid unseemly activities. So I would think that he would maintain control, even in crisis, do the very best he could to take his last bit of medicine and get Liam back on his side. However, it sounds really fun to see what happens when he goes and cuts his bangs. I am tempted. How about you guys? I don't mean to pressure you, but if you have any secret knowledge of the outcome of events from perhaps time traveling, I'm all ears. Sort of trending towards the right button. Surrender option. Let's do it. Let's surrender.
Sir? Are you alright?
Take your medicine and go.
Sir, you ordered us to go through Dr. Kim's lab, find what we can...
Who are you working for?
You, sir!
Liar!
What the fuck?!
This is exactly what I wanted to see. Yes. Now we're talking villainy. And I am here for it. I commend you, Paul, for your villainous acts.
Any of them.
And your teeth.
Any of them. I need to be careful.
I just saw a vision of punchies.
Pool.
I know exactly where those punchies were. I've memorized every interior location of the city. Ha ha! I knew it would come in handy for this vision. 0 of my friends agreed with this choice. Oh, yeah! I am the black sheep, and 39% of the community. So yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see how everyone would want him to maintain a professional, executive level of control. I think this is fascinating, though. I'm super excited to see what happens. Alright, so we're skipping past the show. So sorry. Do catch it. Oh, it's wonderful. End of episode 4. There we go. I think we can just continue on. We'll start Act 5. Thank you for being here. Act 5, I'll come back for you. Fair warning, it's gonna get a little sad. I mean, just me. The game is fine.
Time was broken. Working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos. The end of time was closing in.
And you still believed you could fix it?
The solution was inside Monarch Tower. The countermeasure.
The CFR, as Monarch knew it. The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan. But that didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan.
Oh no, Monarch's survival does not matter to me. Okay, so we seem to be stuttering, but that doesn't mean there won't be guys. And trains. Guys and trains, in that order. What the hell, train? I was trying to do something here, and you've made it a little more complicated to be sneaky. Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know it would listen to me. This is fantastic. Oh, hey. Oh, you're gonna need to work on your aim there, Jack. What other weapons do I have? Let's try this. There we are. No. Round the pillar with you. Landing on the pillar star and rushing onto the red room. This is so cool. I mean, these guys. Someone come and get your family members who died. I'm sorry. This isn't cool at all. Oh, look at how he died. That's so cool. I mean, making that same mistake. All right. There's the clip you need. That feels good. Majestic Beans is getting absolutely savaged. What a shame. You hate to see it. I didn't know when I started off my day that it would end getting absolutely savaged right in front of Majestic Beans. I'm gonna need some cover. Yeah, he's got a big stick. Alright. Majestic Beans, you hanging in there? Isn't that actually like a shield?
Focus.
Eek. Eek. Not good. Oh. Alright. Carbine? So close. You and your shield, get out of here. I pushed him just to show him who's boss. He didn't like that, so he didn't accept. Alright. You've got ammo. Anything we need to swap out? Shotguns? maybe I should get one of these since they're all gonna have one, but we'll let it run out of ammo. They're all gonna have one. Anything I need to grab? Saucy. I do kind of like the idea of a machine gun in here. There's gonna be a lot of waves of guys. Carbine rifle is more for sniping, say. Which helps for that big guy, but... So am I supposed to get, like, across there and find something secret, or can I just leave? 'Cause that looks devastating to my thigh meat. I cannot slow it. Okay. It's its own singularity outside of my powers. I think I'm not gonna risk it. A little hard to hear you there, Teresa.
There's an epidemic of collisions of some kind happening. Car accidents, air collisions, all eerily similar to the Port Donnelly bridge crash we experienced earlier, where nobody seems to see these accidents coming until they happen. I personally witnessed a car slamming into 3 people, a family as they were crossing the street, and I do not know.
Very sorry to hear that. Teresa is no longer going to be their mouthpiece for propaganda. That is interesting. Alright. Upgrade points? Anyone? Man, this architecture in here is amazing. Getting pangs of the control areas. Is that the way to say it? Can I just... Huh? No? Alright. You can't just huh.
Joyce, you hear me?
Charlie.
You're here for the CFR, right?
The countermeasure.
Well, you're kind of lucky because Serene's left the building. We're in lockdown, but the good news is I know this system like the back of my hand. I can open doors for you. All of them.
Cute.
You'll need to get to Serene's
thanks, Charlie.
office. He's got direct access to the CFR. Alright?
Appreciate you. Charles, if I can call you that. Why does the boys' bathroom get the upgrade points?
Alright.
Seems a bit sexist. We'll move past it, though. I'm sure they didn't mean any harm. What do we have here?
Welcome to the international headquarters of Monarch Solutions. This state-of-the-art building has become world-famous for its unique architecture and its iconic
It's a little,
presence in the Riverport
hard to
skyline.
follow.
Incorporating an
Maybe there isn't any
unprecedented
actual
level of
video.
automation designed with both comfort and security in mind, complete with a zero-carbon footprint. The building provides a safe and environmentally friendly workplace.
That sounds great. I'm gonna move on. Monarch headquarters floor map. Anything looking familiar? Restricted areas. Curious. There's one thing that will make me curious. It's a restricted area. Hey again, RT. How's it going? We've seen this guy a couple of times. That's definitely not the same, like, character model as RT, is it? It's actually a little bit similar. But I don't think it's intended to be, necessarily.
Building shit locked down. The hell's that even mean?
It means that the building is in lockdown.
Heart attack when time resumes.
Oh, geez, yeah, that is going to be loud out there. Sorry, you might just go ahead and give up waxing this one, because there's about to be some... Ah, I'm sorry, Ahti. Alright. What do I need to do to get out? Maybe I need to go up the stairs. There we are. I was exploring down here first.
Mr.
Escalator, rather.
I thought you... They said you're dead.
They are confused about a great many things. I have a little job for you.
But you're... I mean, I'm not sure I should...
You are still working for me.
Yes, of course. Whatever you say, Mr. Hatch.
Whatever you say, Mr. Hatch, indeed. Hope time doesn't come unspooled whilst I'm escalating. That seems like a safety hazard. Oh, hey! I've opened fire. He's grenaded me.
That's all right.
Sort of a posthumous goodbye. That was nice. Oh, glad we didn't ricochet and strike the reception desk. A Monarch radio note won't work in stutters. Radio waves get stuck same as everything else. Use stutter-proofed hardline terminals. Interesting. So even radio waves are subject to time's passing. That makes sense.
Alright, how am I getting to Paul's office?
Alright, Luther Talbot. Dude, we gotta get the fuck out of this place. I don't care what it's like outside. Did you hear that speech Serene just gave? He's unhinged. He's without hinge. And he looks all fucked up, too, like he's sick. This lifeboat thing's not gonna work out. I don't trust that guy to plan his way out of a wet paper bag anymore. No, he's way out of control. Have you seen his bangs? He's not even here anymore. He just climbed into a chopper and fucked off to God knows where. He's supposed to be in charge. How is that being in charge? And I heard he killed a guy? WTF with 3 question marks. The other thing is, that Joyce asshole's bound to show up here soon, and I'm not going to be collateral damage for whatever thing he's got, whatever romantic tryst with Paul Serene. Now, I've seen the stats that Clarice had. The body count he's racked up now is insane. Who's going to stop him? The grunts? Fuck no, they can fight him if they like, but I didn't sign up for this crap. I'm just here to coordinate shit. Is that literally your job? Because that's weird, but I think people can handle it. You let them... I'll take my chances outside. I'd rather freeze than get killed by that freak. Hey, I'm right here. At least that way you don't even know it's happening. I'll take that over a bullet. I'm Leavign. And if you have half a brain, you're coming with me 3 exclamation points. That's signed cordially, Luther Talbot. So cordial.
I really don't want to go outside.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a train out there, so...
There's no way for them to understand what's happening.
Shifter alert. We still haven't seen. That's the other thing here that's, bound to happen in Act 5 is so far we've fought normal soldiers who are not subject to the flow of time, which that's fun. Then we fight super soldiers who can maneuver in time just like we can. Oh, that's fun. We have not yet seen shifters. The big thing that both Beth and Paul have met in the end of time. And we have 1 act left. Attention. The lifeboat security protocols are now in full effect. Our stutter proofing has failed, and we have reports of shifters in the building. You all know the drill. We have trained for this. Do not approach shifters alone. Remember that they are not restricted by the physical space in the same way we are. Deploy dampeners and watch your backs. Work in teams. Remember your tactics. Maintain your distance. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Comms are unreliable due to the stutters, so pass the word to others and take advantage of stutter collapses to communicate as effectively as you can. We are attempting to repair the stutter-proofing as quickly as possible, but be advised that contrary to our earlier timeline, which gave us years more to prepare, we believe we are now on the verge of the final zero state, and every single stutter we encounter is more and more likely to be the one that never ends. That means our priorities have changed. The lifeboat protocol is in full effect, and ensuring its success is our only objective, whether the opposition is shifters, Jack Joyce, or anybody else. It's vital that we all remember our training. If we do things right, we will make it out of this, and we will make it into the lifeboat. Good luck, and make me proud. Oh, it's all happening. What does this do?
What's going on? I thought this would be the one place things were under control.
Yeah, right. It's all chaos. This whole survival plan Monarch has is falling apart. And there's something weird loose in the building. I don't even know what. I mean, that's why we're banking on you.
Something weird loose in the building. Alright, you're coming with me. Come on. I like you. Nope, you don't get to stay. Get back here. You're coming with me. Upstairs, buddy. That's right. Daddy loves you. You rest. You sleep now.
I was getting closer to the countermeasure.
That's a good cherub.
Paul had the key to fixing the fracture all along. I didn't see it.
There was nothing to see.
Shut it!
He believed
God.
the fracture couldn't be fixed. That's why he used the countermeasure, the CFR, to create the lifeboat.
Okay. Okay.
What the fuck is that?
I now believe in ghosts. And my friend is gone. I'm so alone. And I believe in ghosts now. Okay. Where did I leave that confidence in my abilities? Here? Is it here? From Paul Serene to Security Team Lead, Subject Martin Hatch. He has been detained, and his authority over Monarch Solutions and its employees, along with his security clearance, has been rescinded. I want a full security team watching him at all times. He is not to be given access to any computer systems or communications. Don't talk to him, and don't allow him to talk to anybody. Lock him down and keep him locked down. If he attempts to escape, shoot to kill. I'll deal with him when I'm done with the present whaling.
Those men died fighting something that lives outside of time.
The very reason our weapons program was built. Serene knew they were coming.
Weapons weren't doing the trick.
Alright, well, I'll just follow the trail of corpses then.
You in there? I'm locked out.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that door for you. Hang on.
Couldn't I just
Angry meatheads on the other side.
push?
There you go. Don't get your ass killed.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever, but alright. Oh, moving on. Push. You guys good? Are any of us good? I'm so scared of how wide open this area is. What could possibly need this big of an area to attack me? Just a whole team of wombats. Guess we have a quick second. No, we don't have a quick second. Alright. Fair enough. We're in combat then. And it's time for tickles. So close. behind something. That's a good jack. Panels. Calm down.
That was close.
A little low on this, but let's see if we can reset it at the backpack. Yeah. Yeah, we can. Heavy pistol. Is that what I have now? I'm still being attacked. Hey! That's not the angle. Okay. Is that two big guys? Yikes. If I can flank them. Not him. There you go. You're always prepared with your back. Good for you. I'll just keep dancing. So close. All right. Take a breath. There's one. Just let him wheeze it out there. No rush. No idea where I even am. In all that chaos. Coming back around. Oh, this is not a good situation. Please heal. So little cover now that I've destroyed half the armor's gauntlet. There's one. I'm gonna need another. There it is.
I gotta get the countermeasure.
Alright, let's see if we can find that machine gun again. That's the one. Sweet. Is there a backpack against the wall here? Just in case. Ah. And good, I have a heavy pistol now. I wasn't sure if it was trying to swap me out for the other one, but that's great. Okay.
I need to access that sky bridge.
Yeah, no problem. Just a sec. Well, you better keep an eye out, Joyce. That thing out there, I don't think it's gone. Okay, off you go.
Monarch was scrambling.
It's like right here when we saw it last, right?
I'd never seen
Where did
anything
it
like
go?
But Paul had. That's what he was preparing for all those years. He didn't do a very good job. Pretty sure they didn't even scratch that thing.
I swear to God, if it's Dr. Hartman again, I can't take it anymore, Dr. Hartman. Creep me out. Just make sure I'm not missing a upgrade against that bright light source. Bra 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 bra. Come on, lips. Catch up. This is such a cool sequence. I love all these time stops. I mean, I'm dreadfully sorry for the loss of precious human life. So cool, though. Shadow puppets, is it? At a time like this, during the board meeting, shadow puppets. How dare you? Yes! Prepare yourself for Time Stabber. Time to kill. So that's like a teaser trailer for his screenplay. I think this is like actually that guy's workstation. About my screenplay and new video. Hey, Sophia. I still haven't heard from you about my screenplay. Still! How strange is that? I know you're busy with all your work, you know, but this is really taking off in a big way, so let's try to get going on this, okay? Now, I know this is going to be huge, so I just went ahead and mortgaged my house to make this thing a reality. It's my dream, and I'm going to follow my dream. And once I get the Kickstarter going, this thing's going to pay me back for the mortgages. So, no problem for the mortgage. So no problem. I already shot a short promo thing for the Kickstarter campaign. Let me know what you think. I'm going to star in it, but I've got a really cool part for you too. If you want it, you'd be perfect for it. Also, like I said, I'm going to need that science feedback stuff soon. So let me know ASAP, huh? 3 exclamation points and then sort of a textual smiley face situation. All right, see you later, Sophia. Sophia. She's going to love it. She's just taking her time to get that science right before she responds.
They have a time machine here?
Complicated stuff, I don't know.
Shit. This is where they brought the university core. This is Paul's machine. Looks like they have it on the top floor.
Okay, then to the top floor with us. Shifters ahoy! From Bernard Riker. Number 2. Number 1? Number 1. There it is. Sorry. I'm sorry, number 1. I got confused for a second. We figured it out now. Let me make sure that's the first message. Mr. Serene, I know you're not in the HQ right now, and whatever mission you left on must be incredibly urgent, so you probably won't read this until you return. I know you will be very, very angry with me, but I have to tell you what I've done. So using my maintenance access, I have deactivated the stutter proofing at the building. I know you will be furious, but I did it because Martin Hatch threatened my family. I'm not going to lie, I'm scared to tell you this because I know you're on edge as it is and clearly under tremendous pressure, but I have admired you and your vision for as long as I have worked for you, and I want to believe you can still fix things. So you have to know that it's Hatch. He made this happen. He knew exactly what would. I'm sorry, there are now dead people at my feet, and I don't know how to fucking deal with this. They're strikers. They weren't here when I started writing this email, and now they are. There's a lot of blood. I literally had to wipe it off the screen just to be able to keep typing, and it had to be a shifter that killed them. Their chronon harnesses were broken. I couldn't wear them if I wanted. But without one, I'm safe, right? No shifters outside of stutters? Or that's what they told us in training. So I'm safe, and when a stutter hits, I don't even notice. Unless a plane hits the building or something. God, I fucked up so badly. People are dead because of me, not just these two, but throughout the building. I mean, the stutter-proofing was supposed to keep the shifters out, and now everybody must be dying. Somewhere between the seconds, everybody could be dead already. I don't know. I can't take this. And don't trust Hatch. I think that son of a bitch is after the CFR. I think he was never on our side. This is all some kind of weird game to him. Shit, I don't know why he's doing this. I'm just an engineer, and I don't know how to deal with this. It's too much. Sir, I know you must be furious at me. I deserve it. Believe me, I know. But please, don't take it out on my family. Goodbye, number one. That's very dramatic. I'm sorry, Bernard. Bother you. Did it just unstutter? Oh, wow. So it's like I would have been dead right there.
Was
but
that
it just
Hatch?
magically unstuttered. The time is now moving.
The train.
Oh, and the train has hit.
The lower levels. There's a possible hazard.
Oh, jeez.
Repeat. Stay clear of the lower levels.
It's gonna get complicated in here.
There appears to be a train crashed into the building. The situation is under control. All personnel should remain in secure areas. There are intruders in the building. Repeat, remain in
Those
secure
oldest
areas.
house vibes. And loving it.
Hey, Charlie. I got another locked door here.
Not bad, Joyce.
Desk.
That's Serene's office.
Stunning.
Let me just unlock that bad boy for you. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber from his office. I'll meet you there.
Charles,
There.
could you mark this stunning desk as mine in the inventory? I'd appreciate that.
Paul was already gone. He
An
left behind the one
untitled
thing I
note. I have left this message here for you to find, so that soon, when the time comes and I ask you to choose, you can do so with your eyes open and with some hint of understanding. I have no secrets, and the only things I choose to omit are the ones that you, in your current limited state, would not be able to grasp, no matter how hard I tried to make you understand. I walked down the same path that you are now on. Once, from your perspective, a long time ago, although time no longer has such meaning to me, I too came in contact with a time machine. In my case, it was not a man-made device, but a natural one, in a cave. It should come as no surprise, really, that such things exist, much like natural nuclear reactors do exist, such as the now defunct ones at Oklo, Africa. After all, the Meyer-Joyce field has its irregularities. I too became chronon active, I too developed chronon syndrome, and in time I too lost control and became a shifter. Became at once everything and nothing, was everywhere and nowhere, died countless deaths, and that was still alive, my every probability and every possibility happening at once. I promised I would not lie, and thus I tell you, the noise and the pain and the rage were more than anyone could suffer and not go insane. I burned in this fire for a long time. There were brief moments of awareness in this endless nightmare, different versions of certain key moments in my life that I found myself reliving again and again, trying to make things right like a puzzle, on and on and on. I am convinced that the stutters and the end of time saved me, for those were the only places, the only times where I could even briefly stop and rest and slowly find focus and control again, and ultimately master this state, not emerge from it, not be cured, not go back to what I was before, for there is no such thing, but to learn to be in one place and everywhere at once. My perception is altered, like that of someone who has seen a perceptual illusion and discovered that the picture is both a young girl and an old woman at the same time. Once you see them both, you can never not see them. We are such limited beings. We play with just one piece, on just one square, on an endless chessboard, just one life, one timeline, in an infinite multiverse of possibilities. Am I an exception? The only one who's found his way to the other side? Or is this just a shifter's brief dream before a stutter collapses? There are other shifters. You, your best friend, who is now your mortal enemy. Dr. Kim, others, some of whom you know. It doesn't matter who, because they are gone. And when they emerge, if they ever emerge, they will not be who they were, just as I am not who I was before. So angry that this note is untitled. I have done my part in helping you all achieve this state. If time is an ocean with a frozen surface, then the stutters and the end of time are holes in that ice, opportunities to come up for air. I have a plan. It's already in motion, but it would be futile to try to explain it to you, like trying to explain 3 dimensions to someone who can only see one. But pardon me. Got dry there. But make no mistake, I do not look down on you. I strive for humility even as I shift this world from one state to another. I will make this possible. I stand in between. I don't see myself as a gate. I remain humble. I'm something smaller. I'm a hatch. So fascinating about the wider events, and if Mr. Hatch is indeed the only shifter, let's say, to have ever made it past the shiftiness, to make it past the madness of Chronon Syndrome and actually accept and live everywhere and nowhere all at once, in all realities, doors to every dimension and every time, all in one single perceptive consciousness. He would easily be able to talk to Dylan Faden at any time. Why not? Okay, what's this?
We have a mission. Prep the chopper.
Ready to lift off in 15, sir. What's the profile?
Full tactical complement. And we're going to need a tech squad for assembly. I'll brief them on the way.
Copy that. Good hunting, sir.
Good hunting. Will? Is that you? Why was he only using his middle finger to type? That was weird.
My office
Is
alarm
that how you
went off.
type,
Said
Sean?
you're skulking around, Jack.
Fuck you. I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes.
Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out. I'll see you very soon, Jack.
I'll see you for punchies at the Bradbury swimming pool, if my time vision is any indication. Let's just let that shot linger. No, come back, Paul. We were lingering. Paul!
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard.
I hope I live my life to the point where I get to say that to someone someday. I'm done dancing to your tune, you crazy bastard. Like, that's just a cool life. Let's do that. From Paul Serene. Find Martin and kill him. To Clarice Ogawa. Clarice, I want you to figure out where the fuck Martin Hatch is and kill him. I'd hunt him down myself, but I don't have the time for it. I need to be in that chopper in a few minutes, so make no mistake, he needs to die. There can be no doubt. Don't take any chances. Cut off his fucking head, I sent a full security team after him, and now they're all dead. How the hell does Martin do that? Who is helping him? Or did he do it himself? What is he? At least the lifeboat's running. Make sure it stays that way, Clarice. That's what this is all about, and if it was for nothing, there will be hell to pay. And look after Sophia. I'm trusting you not to betray me. You're not like all these gutless weasels. It's harsh. Did you guys hear that? I see the looks they give me. Don't think I don't. I'm starting to see very clearly now that I've been too trusting for years. I mean it, Clarice. Find that son of a bitch and kill him. Keep lifeboat running. Take care of Sophia. Don't let me down. I'm not going to take another betrayal well, and even though Martin destroyed my treatments, I've got enough time left to set things straight if I have to. Count on it. Just do it, Nike.
There was just a couple of minutes between stutters.
We're in shifter territory again.
Everything he built
scared.
was based on Will's device. His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking it from him.
What happened to you? Looks like you ran into that creepy thing.
Yeah, as did the railing. And coincidentally,
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the
flowchart of
explosion.
all of my fears.
His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
Interesting that even his medicine has that symbol on it. The hourglass, the upside-down pyramids that we have come to know so well. From Sophia Amaral, a time machine core to Paul Serene. Paul, don't worry about it, we're on schedule. Your time machine core from the university has been transported to HQ and it's currently being installed into the new time machine frame we've built for you. You'll have direct access to it from the CFR chamber as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access the CFR chamber from the time machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the machine can get to the CFR. I thought you'd appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is deploy the corridor. It's actually all hooked up now, but we're still running some final diagnostics. The techs should be ready with it before the gala's over. I did miss some earlier messages this time. My apologies. Let's see here. How does this start? I think it probably covered most of that. We might miss a thing or two, but let's move on. So sorry.
Paul spent a long time running Monarch in secret.
Reflections on the end.
Probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
I wish my memories about the end of time were clearer, but it was anything but a clear time in my life, and the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines crashing together. I was running for my life the whole time. Feels familiar. Trying to avoid the shifters. Not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel. And it didn't help that she kept chasing me, trying to kill me. Beth Wilder, one of my own people. It was her all along. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me, that she didn't have the powers I did. I knew that she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I had no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. I suppose I should appreciate the irony that it was her chronon harness, my own chronon harness, that it gave me the idea for the lifeboat protocol. The idea that our technology could let humanity survive the end of time. I suppose I have to thank her for that, and she paid for her sins in the end. But she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I'd had an ounce of control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to properly control my abilities until much later. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Jack. Now, his mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. Is it just because that's the way he's always been, or is it because his powers coincidentally align with some pretty standard video game tropes? I mean, he's fast on his feet, bold and adaptive, or is the fracture affecting him too? I thought we could contain him. It's cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I will make again. Okay, I read that. I'm missing one, it seems. Where? Show me where. Ah, look at these abstract jellyfish. I'm just gonna say that for everyone. I don't know. Okay, so I am headed this way. Now it's Jack's turn to review the big board. We can't let him in here. He'll see the big board. Gentlemen. Back to the beginning. Quick march. That is the beginning. Back to the top. Quick march. Sophia Amaral, Quantum Ripple Research Unit. Paul, Martin, I know you've both been arguing that the Quantum Ripple Causality Research Subdivision has great potential and we should keep it funded. But once again, I implore you to reconsider because we could afford a snow cone machine. I'll be the first one to admit that the technology is impressive. The fact that Doctors Morphin and Rangers... Morphin Rangers? Really? Okay. Sorry, there's nothing of mirth about this. This is serious business. The fact that Doctors Morphin and Rangers can actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shifts within the Meyer-Joyce field is incredible. And the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing, not to mention the rubber lizard suits. But here's the thing. They've been at this for 2 years now, and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept of the butterfly flapping its wings, but so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is the result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it's utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led me to writing this email, and that's technically true. But so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum. It didn't come out of nowhere. So what's the point? We have no control over it. We don't get to direct it, and we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they managed to automate their analysis of the fluctuation signatures within the Meyer-Joyce field is impressive, but again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks on the reports are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure that they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. The above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that may not be enough to sway you. But I have one final point which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money. Although the entire quantum ripple causality research, or Research subdivision, is costing us millions and millions of dollars, that doesn't really matter, because I know we can afford that. However, there's a more vital resource they're consuming. Each time they fire up their rig and delve into the Meyer-Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. Now those are a finite resource. As you know, we are projecting that the Ground Zero's yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is, so let me put it to you in practical terms. Every single time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime, minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we cannot afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or at the latest during our next reorg. We can reallocate their resources to something useful and put Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we wouldn't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronon Tech. Sophia Amaral, Head of Research. One moment here, I'll be right back. Alright. Was that our final narrative object? I don't know if I thought it.
Coming. It broke him. He refused to believe that it could be changed.
Working on 2022.
And cast aside the only people who could have convinced him otherwise.
Alright, is there anything different?
17 years to do it twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
I think that's just about everything to see. Let's head down for that laptop. Ah, heading out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. Okay, we're down in the labs again. Looks similar to where we escaped during Act 2, was it?
Reading through
2
their
or 3?
exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
That's not my place to comment on.
Personal notes, Dr. Sophia Amaral. I find myself at a loss. We knew that the fracture would arrive. It was clear very quickly that the process was occurring much faster than Paul's projections. His experiences had led us to believe. That was alarming in itself, but there is another concern. With the fracture, Paul's condition seems to be accelerating rapidly. I don't know what to do about either one of these issues. I haven't had a chance to examine Paul properly, not how I would like to, and of course he won't consent to any real tests at this point. He won't take the time, not with the situation being as critical as it is. He has to prepare for the gala, to take care of every little stupid thing Martin trots out for him. He won't think of himself at all, and I'm afraid that'll cost us dearly. So I don't know, I'm just speculating, but I believe that this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time. In zero state, his wave function is further disrupted by the excessive chronon energies within his body. Before the university incident, before the fracture, the condition was progressive but controllable. The lack of stutters helped keep it in check. Now its progress is rampant, and I worry that it may reach a critical point soon. We will always know that was a possibility. We always knew that was a possibility, but all of our projections assumed we would have years, time enough to come up with a cure or a way to stop its progress, which means there's a very real chance that in the near future, Paul's condition overtakes him. And if he does become a shifter, I don't know what to do about it. We haven't been able to help Dr. Kim. I don't know what we could do for Paul. So that seems to finally confirm a suspicion of ours that Dr. Kim is not in fact dead. He just suffered from advanced Chronon syndrome and shifted, and that they might be holding him somewhere? I don't know. Maybe he escaped. I don't know what to do. The treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him, and their effect is greatly diminished. I'm concerned we may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often that the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself. Yet I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid I may lose him.
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire. But behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear.
He's sliding his way right out of this world on a pile of money, Scrooge McDuck surfing style. And it's kind of tragic, yeah. I shouldn't have phrased it that way. It's actually pretty sad.
No, look, I can explain. Joss Wheeler.
HQ, hostile in sight.
Hey. It's me. It's Jack.
Reloading.
Ooh. Let's find some cover now. That was fun while it lasted.
It's over. Joyce, thank God. Shit, that could have been real bad.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah, let me get this door open.
Do you know where they keep the chronon particles for upgrading my points? Tell me now, Charles.
The lifeboat revolved around the countermeasure. He knew Will would try to take it back.
Read me right now.
He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
People. Because there seems to be a certain lack of clarity about when it's appropriate for someone to enter the CFR chamber and mess with the chronon field regulator, and because I just had to fire Kevin Janeway because he did that exact thing, let me remind you of the approved CFR procedure. You do not touch the CFR. Period. I may touch the CFR because I'm the lead technician in charge of it. Dr. Sophia Amaral may touch the CFR because she's our head of research and she knows what she's doing. Mr. Paul Serene may touch the CFR because he's Paul fucking Serene and it's his CFR, okay? Nobody else touches the CFR. On occasion, some enormously lucky individuals who have been personally trained by me and are proven to be very, very dependable and incredibly good at their jobs who don't have a track record of trying to enter the CFR chamber like paint-huffing imbeciles because they wanted to take a closer look at it, and who have remembered to bribe the lead technician in charge of the CFR with Tom Waits tickets, may be given written instructions to perform specific procedures on the CFR, and that will be a great honor and a sign of a significant degree of trust, and those people should be accorded all professional respect and an appropriate degree of brown-nosing and or passive-aggressive displays of envy by their peers. Or to put it another way, you do not touch the CFR. Unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumb shit who jeopardized the only hope of a future for the entire human race because his mansplaining ass thought what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better self-improvement course down at the unemployment office, which I'm sure is where all... Excuse me. Which I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted to by those armed men. Now, there are no exceptions to this. The entire lifeboat protocol depends on the CFR being present, properly connected, and functioning normally. You do not want to jeopardize this. This is bigger than any of us, and we are not here to fuck around. Cordially, Lauren McStevenson. Love it. It is very, very important for you to not, I repeat, not touch the CFR. So anyway, where's that CFR, Charles?
There you go, Joyce. Here's hoping you know what the fuck
thanks,
you're
buddy.
doing.
Yeah.
I do not.
Me too.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I found your badge.
CFR. Countermeasure. Whatever it's called. Help yourself, Joyce.
You're standing very close to my backside, Charles. Do you need to be standing that close? Is this what you want? You want us to just... Okay. I can't say it's not helping my feelings of loneliness. Thank you, Charles. Make sure there's nothing here. Doesn't look like there is. Notes on the CFR. From Dr. Henry Kim. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what it can do, and we have already learned so much. 1 second. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical applications before. Now I realize that I've still got a great deal to learn. The chronon field regulator, as I've decided to call it, is a little miracle. How such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Meyer-Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. I wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas, new avenues of thought I've been trying to find for such a long time. The task that I've been set by Mr. Serene has frankly stumped me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just the result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Meyer-Joyce field is a simple fact that I've been aware of for a long time. But being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, well, that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles, and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially flooding an area with chronon particles to enable the passage of time is the obvious solution, but actually finding a way of doing that's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. Perhaps even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define a certain volume of space as stutter-proofed has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We're almost up and running, and very soon we will have the ability to harvest chronon particles at useful rates. We'll be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into the Meyer-Joyce field and effect changes in its topology is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue, and I don't know how to effectively control these effects. But my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronon technology that works on a somewhat similar principle, except instead of tapping into the Meyer-Joyce field, it generates a similar, localized field of its own. An artificial chronon particle field. And within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. Now, this means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero state, and I believe I will be able to miniaturize the technology to allow for personalized devices with the same effect, almost like an environmental suit of sorts, with a harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. And that whole idea of harnesses to stop the field carrying over between this and control is another point of interest. That and Beth Wilder, primarily. It's like, why are they the same thing? What are we looking at here? How many sides does this coin have? There are still many challenges here, one of which is that any significant volume of stutter-proofed space will incur an unacceptably high drain on chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Obviously, with the lifeboat protocol requiring a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades, this is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Mr. Hatch backing me, the thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are, of course, entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. Seeing the subscription there in the chat, thank you so much, and I'm so sorry if I missed another one, too. That is very generous of you. Welcome aboard for future adventures. Alright. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. I'm hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles. Given its nature, I suspect it might be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project, and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. My control over the CFR is limited, but this seems to be a very basic functionality for it, so I'm optimistic that I can do it. I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene has been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he'll give us the time we need. Now, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could sit down and have that conversation and just ask those questions. How did he build it? What's it actually for? But I've been denied that opportunity. Part of me wants to open the CFR up and get to the bottom of it, but the potential consequences terrify me. We have already seen what it can do if unleashed. Even worse, there's the possibility that I couldn't put it back together, and just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel-liquefying thought. Ew. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene? No, thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd just leave it out. So as it is, I have only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and it has certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I am a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humanity. If we succeed in our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. That's another thing that's sort of interesting, is that in this, William Joyce made the CFR, and he sort of made it with influence from Beth, in a certain sense, but it's a very complicated and very advanced piece of technology that even Dr. Henry Kim doesn't fully understand. So it comes to Dr. Henry Kim, and he analyzes it and studies it, and through the course of studying it, eventually loses his physical form. He becomes a shifter, and it's explained as a chronon syndrome on this side of things. On the control side of the coin, Hedron came from another dimension. It came through a dimensional portal. Spoiler alert! It came through a dimensional portal, and Dr. Casper Darling began to study it. So both devices that look exactly the same, in a weird way, both devices came from another source to a scientist who studied them. And as we know, Casper Darling, in studying Hedron, also loses his physical form and becomes something else. He becomes an enhanced, resonant consciousness. And so, there's so many parallels here. It's almost like I know that there was some legal issues with the licensing for Quantum Break, that maybe Microsoft still owned it, so I'm curious if all the overlaps I'm noticing are just them trying to kind of get their ideas back. Like, we can't use Quantum Break anymore, okay, so we're gonna kind of reuse the Hedron and the harnesses and, a scientist losing his physical form in it. Or are they, in fact, connected things? Is it not a legal issue and it's a plot, intentional thing, which makes me very, very excited. I don't know. But there are so many overlaps in this. It's such a pleasure to be playing back through this one again. Because I'd forgotten most of them.
Down in that chamber before I
Don't
arrived.
step on the corpse. Oh.
Whatever
no.
it was bloody. I'd seen the dead guy before.
Liam Burke.
What the hell happened to him?
So I guess I would have had to fight Liam down here if I had made the other choice as Paul. But Paul must have freaked out during the TV segment and killed Liam? Or maybe that's someone else in the body bag and we don't know yet. Please do stop stepping on the body bag. Okay, I guess I can get in the chamber now. Into the chamber with you.
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture.
This fucking thing.
The problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did was dead. But Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened.
The university time machine. They've got the core here.
Can we go or what?
So
I need to get
don't
to
know
the
how to
chamber
activate
above.
the countermeasure.
No problem.
If I can
Gotta
use
way up
Monarch's
right here.
time machine to take it
Thanks
back
for
in
that.
time to William, he can
No
activate
biggie.
it.
Make it count.
Yeah. You're not coming?
No, I gotta get back down. Someone I really want to get back to. Good
Fair
luck,
enough.
Joyce.
Yeah.
Thank you for all of your help.
Hey, why are you going up there anyways?
Short version? I gotta go back in time and save my brother.
You're gonna go back in time, yeah, right. Whatever. You don't have to tell me, I guess.
Trying to be honest with you, Charlie.
Paul took
I'm
the
sure
core
they're
of the
just
time
going to
machine
leave
from
the time
university,
machine
hooked it
hooked
to his own
up and
machine.
unguarded.
It was part of his sick
gonna be
desire
fine.
for control. But that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back. Maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
A gorgeous game this is, with the buzzing of the server lights. Alright, stuff to find. Ah, combat area A. Huh. So we must need to lower the corridor there, then it will make sense. I was like, what's that gonna do if we walk into that glowing portal? Where's the corridor? And I neglected to look. Just up there. There's the corridor. Okay, these all look like weapons. Nothing I need to read. No juicy details for me. How dare
The
you?
core was set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the corridor in place.
This is gonna be a nasty fight. I can feel it in my quantum break. No time like the present.
Okay, this should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel from the operation.
I'm being shot.
Of course.
Maybe try aiming. That'd be nice. guys gonna come back and play? Is it time? That's so cool. Alright, so I just got that sniper up there. Not sure where he's going to. Come on. Oh, and a big guy. Alright. What I wanted. Yikes. Oh well. Put myself right in the danger zone. Alright, is it already going? Yes.
Of course.
Alright, back to 1. Let's try this again. And the rest. Not 100% effective. How about the elevator? Let's hide in here. This doesn't seem wise.
Jeez. Serious? Fine, let's go.
Come on now. Hate to burst your chronon bubble. Totally out of it. And there we go. This is not the place to stand. Alright, come on. Keep that sniper angle off of me. Just long enough. Now it's just big guys. Hey, big guys. It's reloading that pops my head up there. This seems unfair. I said this seems unfair.
Powers are good.
I'm back here now. Not sure if you noticed. Ooh. Getting to that final act combat.
You're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
The machine was ready. I just needed to put in the date.
I love scripted sarcasm. I don't have to supply it. Corridor ready. Like, oh, thank you, you very slow machine lady. Okay, do I need to do this again? No? Yes?
The earliest I could
No?
go back to was the time that the core was first activated. At the university.
Yes.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You better be as advertised.
So I've got the thing, right? I'm not sure which pocket I'm keeping it in, but I'm assuming I've got the thing. Act 5, Part 2. Return to the university. Water. How nice to see you. Thank you guys. I know this act is dragging on and on here, but I'm having way too much fun. Thank you for coming along with me on this big finale of ours.
Targets have escaped the lab.
What's up, fellas?
Oh, shit!
It's Jack. He's embracing his role a little too coolly now at this point. I mean, straight up murdering folks. Okay, I see that there's a lot of bodies here, and you're probably real suspicious about why. But frankly, it's none of your business.
Core extraction team is down, over. All of them.
Okay, use the elevator.
Open fire. Avoid damage to the core at all costs.
I got there after the fracture initiated. Too late to stop it all before it ever started.
But not too late to save Will. All you had to do was
Must
get
be
to him in time.
something around here.
Yeah.
But
That
maybe
was
it's
the
so
plan.
exciting now. They're dropping the
Got security
collectibles.
footage of the Joyce brothers escaping through the server room on
not
the
sure.
lower level.
Raider Team 3, intercept immediately. Ready another extraction unit to remove the core.
Is this the elevator? It looks like it. And that's the ladder. Aha!
Prowler
All
Team,
right, we'll
ready
wait.
the heavies in the underground parking. I'm not hearing any response from Raider Team 3.
Oh, don't ready the heavies in the underground parking. For the love of God.
Extraction team. We were supposed to have the core loaded in that chopper by now. Patch was right. Should have sent Liam Burke in first to deal with those Joyce assholes.
Sorry. Hello. Hello, backup. Man, that just doesn't seem to do anything to them. Wow. Okay, I gotta get out of that corridor a little bit faster. A little bit quick faster. Let's go for it. Not a shotgun blast to the back. That's not what I want in my day. Ah, all right. I'm gonna need to find a plate. There are no escape options this way, correct? Good. This is about the only place to hide. Come on. There you are.
I remembered that Will and I were heading to the courtyard when the stutter hit. That's where I needed to cut him off.
Guess I need to get through there before attacking. Fair enough. Backpack. Upgrades? No? None for me? Let me see if I have any points while I'm at it. 6 points available. Let's see, Time Blast is already fully upgraded, Time Rush is fully upgraded. Maybe I could do Time Stop, or maybe... Let's do this. It's a little bit late in the game for it, but we're getting there. Okay, still got a good amount of ammo. Does anyone have a light machine gun, though? Shotgun might not be bad either. 10 shots. Alright.
Courtyard. How do I get there?
Probably not this way, but we're checking. Nothing at all. Alright. Was that Paul's helicopter that everyone said he was taking off in, or did he take off a long time ago? I also think I forgot to grab everyone's ammo here, but maybe it's not letting me do that anymore. Okay. You guys can stay armed. Deal with you later. Can I just kill them? Like, that seems really, really dark. If I just... This bad? I mean, it's an hour later. No, I can't go through with it. This seems terrible. Oh, maybe that's the secret. If you decide to attack them, you do attack them? Maybe it would just happen regardless. Because they're still stuttered. I thought for a second by choosing to attack them I had... Oh, that's... Please just die. That's horrifying to hear. What is going on with the sky up there? What is that? Seems clear for now. What else can we change?
Underground parking. It's gotta be the fastest way there.
Alright, looking for parking. Ah, interesting. All right. I'm in trouble. Oh, wow, am I in trouble? This is a lot of guys. Alright. We start with you. Oh good, I keep forgetting some of them are stunning. For now, I'm gonna have to take all of them into play. Alright, 2 more. 3 more. Good guy. Don't bother jumping over it. Just give it a little kick. That'll be fine. Now we have a light machine gun. And they're back. Hey!
When Will and I escaped from the lab,
Oh, good. Nope, they're back again. Jeez, the stuttering is so inconsistent.
That was me.
Keep thinking you're safe.
It's Joyce.
Raider 9, what do you mean Striker team is down? How many?
All of them.
Fucking hell, we underestimated. Take him out, whatever it takes.
Oh, I like your cod piece. That's very stylish.
HQ, we spotted Jack Joyce in the student lounge.
Bandit 4, that shouldn't be possible. I'm getting reports of gunfire in the underground parking. Are you sure it's Joyce? I need visual confirmation.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Joyce.
Expect two of me.
The hell are you doing down here?
I am now infiltrating the university both in, whenever this is, October 8th, 2016, and I'm underground in the parking garage. There's 2 versions of me in this current timeline, which is just fantastic. Not sure what these ghostly visions are trying to teach me, though. Alright, so am I going this way to the courtyard?
Okay, how do I get this up?
Perhaps in the giant booth it's pointing out. That's the one.
Gate control. I don't have the code.
Ah. Where is that code?
Burke. The hell are
Must
you
be what
doing
these
down
ghostly
here?
visions are trying to show me.
They need me up there. Fuck if I know. Let's go see Wade.
Okay.
Probably because I'm not rocking those ugly astronaut pants. Hatch's orders.
All right. 665.
Neighbor of the Beast.
Okay.
Classic. Alright, 665 should get us on to where we need to be. As it so often does. They must be hiding more chronon particles from me. Oh, come on. Come on, chronon particles, come on! Huh. Not even seeing, like, anything on the radar. It's really weird. Just a combat area, I guess. This is such a cool building, this university. It's amazing.
I'm not done with you yet.
Alright, picked up this piece
campus power. Last time he counted fucking weight to bring the battery.
We got
There
contact!
he is!
No, you don't have any contact. You're seeing things.
Looks like it's plugged in somewhere else.
So those things turn off my time powers, but they would also prevent shifters from attacking, I think. Ah, so that was that sound. We turned off the power. Or we at least caused something to.
Door's still barred. Whoever's here ain't left yet.
How the fuck did Joyce take out those strikers?
He's obviously not alone.
This is not a good position. Not good at all. We'll try that again. Nice checkpointing. Okay, so it's a little dark. Where do I need to navigate? Okay, 2 heavies down. Wait, not yet? Jeez, I thought he was. Go down, you heavies. Now 2 heavies down.
Gotta get to the library.
And there it is. Oh, that was coincidental. Backpack? Anyone? Snack time.
Have to reach Will before it's too late.
Okay.
Electricians.
Note regarding Chronon dampener. Plugged into power grid. Wade forgot the battery again. Do not disconnect. That's why we overloaded the power grid. Alright, headed to the library.
No time to lose. I gotta get to Will. Shit. Too late. I gotta beat him to the library.
Alright. Get to the library.
This is Airlift Prime. We've got the Time Machine Core in transit.
Haha. Now we actually get to see Beth save us. This is so cool.
Beth.
I love it when it all comes back to the beginning again.
HQ, we've
One of
got
my
one
favorite
Joyce in
things.
the library. Awaiting orders. Over.
Gotta move, Jack.
Roger.
Good to see you
Skeleton
alive
crew,
again,
wait for
Beth.
arrival of Monarch Actual. Everybody else needs to reunite at the Dry Docks Cronin extraction grounds. Wait for further orders there. Library is set to blow in 5 minutes.
We're not getting any response from the sniper unit. Investigating the rooftops as we speak.
Keep me posted.
I'm craning my neck, but I'm not seeing anything.
He did that on his own. We need to find out who's unaccounted for. This might be an inside job. Let's start a list of who's missing.
I think I heard something. Search the area.
It's him! Joyce is on the rooftop! Negative! He's in the library! We're under fire!
Goddamn story time. Where is he? I need answers! Where the hell is Joyce?
Hmm.
Move in.
Come on now. Sidle on up to your inevitable death.
We need backup in the library! Stat!
HQ, this is Monarch Actual. Cancel that order, I'm on my way. I'll deal with Jack personally.
That's so sinister to hear.
Stand
Oh my
down.
god, we need backup! This is Paul Serene. Cancel that order.
Hold on, Will. I'm almost there.
Alright. Oh-huh. Oh-huh.
Joyce is in the
We're coming.
Who'd they spot up? Hostile, bud! It's him!
It's a twofer. Not good. Eee. All right.
Enemy spotted!
Careful. Don't shoot the bricks now. Has a much more effective ranged weapon than I do. I don't think that's going to work. We'll get our health back.
Light him up.
Such an awkward positioning of guys. With a sniper I can't seem to get in range of, and two heavies blocking the way. Oh man. A little low on ammo at this point. Let's take his. That'll be great. All right. Ammo time.
This is Monarch Actual.
Ah, so sorry. Hope you have a wonderful rest there. Sorry to keep you up with my machine gun fire. Thanks for stopping by.
Stand by to detonate the library. I'm going in.
It's gonna detonate the library. That's gonna bury the whole thing.
Will?
Hello? Paul?
Already gone. Lobby.
What can I tell you to convince you not to do this?
Why? Who is she?
She knows about the fracture. I trust her.
Glad you
Yeah,
trust
it's me.
somebody.
It's me from several moments ago.
Will.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. doesn't have to end like this. We can't just let this happen.
Oh, I'm just in time.
Trigger.
Only I already know I can't change things, but I need him to activate the countermeasure. So how is this gonna work? Oh, that's how it happened.
Come on, gotta move.
So I'm on the other side of that, just mourning and mourning his death. I was actually saving his life the entire time. Gosh, I feel accomplished. Way to go, Jack.
Jack, you saved me.
Welcome back. Hey, Will. Here's a present.
Countermeasure. How? Oh, Jack.
Will! Come on! Come on, Will, let's go. Monarch had it the whole time. Does it work?
Came back from the future. For me. Fracture wasn't fixed.
Not yet. Does it work?
Theory, yes. We gotta get back to my time machine. Gotta get us back to the time where you came from.
No.
Future.
No.
It's the only
We
way.
need to stop the fracture here, in this time. Now.
Oh, Jack, listen to me. The fracture wasn't fixed in the time where you came from. So fixing it here, it's always gonna fail.
People are going to die, Will. You haven't seen what happens between now and then.
No, but you have. What you have done has set in motion a chain of events that cannot be broken.
Look, we don't know
And
that
if it could be broken, it could jeopardize the entire world. We get one shot at this. There's too much at stake, Jack.
Look, I know the stakes, okay?
Then you gotta let go, Jack. Everything you have done.
But
to
I
get
don't
to
like
this
some of
place
the things that
is
happened.
necessary. Trust me. Past is set.
One thing in particular is not my favorite.
We gotta go. This way.
If what you said is true, then how did I save you? I saw you die, Will.
Think, Jack. You never physically saw me die, did you?
I watched a roof collapse on top of you.
Creating the illusion of my death, yes. Which brought you here to make sure it remained only an illusion. It's all a loop. If time is an egg,
no egg metaphors.
He hasn't told me that one yet. He's excited. Thinking hard about it. That's so interesting. The graffiti is fading over time.
We have to get out of here and get to the Bradbury.
Beth must be just out in the parking lot even now.
I need some air. Cleaners better get here quick.
Wait for them.
We don't have to do this. Safe.
I probably should have waited, like William said. That was probably very foolish.
Runs in the family.
He was like, wait till they, and then I started shooting.
In summary,
So anyway,
I'm alive. Science.
Yeah, I got that.
All right.
back into the chemistry hall. This is where they keep the Alan Wake
And you
knowledge.
can't risk
I
helping
don't know
them.
why.
I know what happens if I don't.
And it'll still happen, Jack. I meant what I said back there. And there are no exceptions. If you get suckered into trying to change what can't be changed, it may cost us everything. Please, Jack. Our future depends on this. You said Monarch had the countermeasure this whole time. How? Why?
Paul was using it to fuel some kind of messed up survival program.
They must have somehow repurposed it as a localized Chronon field regulator.
I'll meet you up there.
Dr. Emerald and Dr. Kim both took positions at Monarch. Now I think I understand.
Are these the guys I killed?
I always assumed it was Beth
There's
Wilder
the
who had
Alan Wake
countermeasure,
room.
keeping it safe. She was the one
It
who
all
wanted me
begins and ends with
to
Alan.
build it.
I know.
You met her. Is she helping us?
She was.
Ah, I see. Come on. This place isn't safe.
Is it just outside? Must be.
Oh shit, watch out.
There's Beth. And there we are. Or Liam? Hardly the time. Okay, but there is time for one little reunion. Just on the off chance. Ah, but it would like mess everything up, wouldn't it? Specifically have the chance to do what he warned us not to do. He said, don't try to change things. And now he's frozen, and we can do whatever we want. But if we try to change it, it will all go wrong. Final moments. Act 5, Part 3. Any time now with those final moments. Oh, any time now with those final. We meet at the swimming pool. Ah, and that's how the taxi got here. We stole it. I love how this pieces itself back together, and you suddenly know almost everything you didn't the first time through.
Look,
not everything.
I
Oh
know
gosh,
it's in the
certainly.
dark. When I started my work, you were so young, and afterwards, I always hoped it would all pass you by without touching you.
Yeah. I get it. Come on. Let's just go to the future and fix this mess. Amy was so worried about somebody getting here before us when we spotted the cab. But it was us all along. I hope she made it out okay.
Yeah, we haven't seen Amy in a while. I do hope she's okay. I'm still in William's time. Amy is back in the present. We're trying to get back there now. All right.
Wait a second.
Thank you.
There. It's locked.
You hid the machine here. You really never used it yourself?
No, I didn't dare. Not after the men came out. It was Paul. He tried to kill me. Damn. Rusted shut. Jack,
I'd be happy to.
Hand?
Here you go. Here's my hand. Oh, you wanted help. I'm sorry.
One more time.
With feeling. I felt it.
When Monarch came for the time
Oh, I
machine at
spilled all the
university,
paints.
Paul was trapped in it. He escaped
That's
into the
amazing.
future. Whatever happened to him there changed him.
I was wondering about these spilled paints.
Machine there, and used it to come back to 1999.
And founded Monarch. He escaped from Monarch and became what he escaped from.
Insanity. I never should have built the machine. I should have left well enough alone.
The stutters are gonna
Alright,
get worse
must be out
fast. And there's something in them.
What do you mean?
I can't even describe it. It was this guy that I've seen, but living distortion.
I'd love to see one.
Believe
no.
me, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Deeply chilling, actually. Nothing seemingly in the lockers. But yes to the showers. I'll always say yes to a good shower.
Right, that's it.
And that is all the grown on. Let's see if there's anything else I can afford. 4 points available. Can't get range. I could get time stop size or time shield. Let's do that. Time shield slow. Okay,
Just
here
the
we
way I
go.
left it. Hope it still works.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the future. A little after your time of departure. Before the fractures stop time permanently. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about this.
It'll be dangerous.
Of course it'll be dangerous. At this point, what isn't? But I have been curious to try this.
Here we go again. Just a little stroll. No big deal.
Wow. So this is what it looks like. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, and
when
you're
we
blocking
exit,
it.
It'll be a little past the point you were at when you left to save me. That's our window, when we know it can work, but before time actually ends for good.
It may not be much of a window. Monarch was sure it was imminent.
Like they're experts.
They kind of are.
All they know they stole from...
Seeing that which door you go in determines whether you go to the future or the past. Correct. It's like a clockwise, counterclockwise
About
thing.
your end. I'll worry about mine.
Really cool. One of my favorite depictions of time travel.
This is amazing. All those years. I never imagined it would be like this.
All right, October 10th. We've arrived.
What the hell did they do with the time machine?
Oh, so many boxes in the way. Why boxes?
Gotta move.
Betrayed me.
Will.
Okay, Will.
We
Let's
don't
go
have
on.
time for this.
The future is so dangerous. Goodness. And by the future, I mean October 2016.
Forget Will, Jack. However he came to be here, he's done. It's over.
What's going on, Paul? You look fucked up. By your fucked up standards.
You took the CFR, Jack.
I took it back. I don't care how messed up you are, Paul. You're not taking it from me.
I don't want it! I just want it gone. Forever.
Gone. What about your survival plan?
Fuck the lifeboat, Jack! We're just gonna let the clock run out on this and be done with it.
Now that's his new plan. Humanity's day is done. It's just Paul Serene time now. All right. Let's get him. Oh, how did that kill me? Fair enough. Must have been my old shoulder pain flaring up again. Okay, I am going to switch to shotgun since I have no light machine gun ammo. See if that helps a bit. Okay.
Forget Will, Jack.
Jump back into it. Not the weapon I want. Always reloading. Just the wrong time. Yikes. I don't know if I need to be a certain distance away from, like, he seems to be up on a scaffold by the door. Ammo, ammo. Touched on Monahan. I'm getting very good at this part. Try going back around the corridor, see if I can find a place to hide. Love you, Paul. Don't have time for that. Back here. It's not like there's a great amount of cover or anything. Where did you go? Oh, that's not a thing. Okay. Whatever that thing is seems to be what's killing me. It's these explosions he's setting off. I'm just now catching on to. Darn. All right. We'll stumble onto a winning strategy eventually, I'm sure. Remember to get back to assault rifle this time. It's got that big final boss fight energy going on. Not that. Just him. Ah, but now he's gone. See? You missed your chance. those explosions like I don't even know how to prevent it. I don't know what he's doing. Sometimes they seem to come out of nowhere, like out of this otherworldly stuff. Darn that wall and that explosion. It's so chaotic. My apologies to your motion sickness. Specifically.
Forget Will, Jack.
Okay, come on. Stay in cover this time. Let's try that. Man, I guess it is the staying in cover that's getting me, because then he can explode me from behind. I don't think there's anything else I can really do to prepare. These Chronon barrels, it's like... What would that do to someone who already has a Chronon suit? Are they completely useless, or do they do something?
However we came to be here, he's done. It's over.
What's going on, Paul? You look fucked up.
Oh, I'm listening to this again. That's fine. It's an enjoyable cutscene. I've just shown it to you a couple of times. Every time I forget. Explosion! Gotta be more careful about that. I get distracted looking downrange. If not for that ledge, we would have really had something going. Yikes. Ah. I don't even know what that one was, to be honest with you. It's just running around. How many deaths have we had now? Yeah, like 6 in the last 10 minutes? It's apparently not my fight.
Forget Will, Jack. However we came to be.
Watch out, Will. Watch your legs. Oh, jeez. Reload already. There you go. Alright, that was the troops. Now I need to defeat 3. Whoa! What are you doing, Paul? Oh, yikes. Alright, he's back here.
Stop it!
And there's more Monarch guys. Great. Don't you die. Don't you do it. I wonder if it's gonna... Yep, it's gonna... Okay, so there are multiple waves of those guys. I need to get a lot better at this in that case.
Forget Will, Jack.
I don't know why just this is suddenly such a struggle. Always reloading at a bad time. And sometimes I'm just not sure how I meant to survive it. Like that has quite a radius of damage. Why didn't that work? I was charging up that time blast, the whole time blast. Oh, yikes. Not there. Oh, not there. Alright. Quiet now. Easy does it. Gently. Oh, scaffolding. What is going on? I cannot move. Okay. That's the taste of defeat that I'm tasting now. I do remember having a significant time of this at the end of the game, but I don't remember it being impossible. And right now it's seeming a little strange.
Forget Will, Jack.
I keep making some bad choices, though.
However we came to be here, he's done.
First wave down.
Not good.
That's the shotgun. Don't need that. Once again, why is this not working? so quiet. I'm trying to concentrate here. On that shield. Alright, one guy in the middle, one heavy on the ground. Shield. Except for right now when I'm not firing on him. Yikes. Oh, come on! I was fully in cover. I wasn't reloading. What a shame that is. That is a bad one.
Forget Will, Jack.
Oh man, I wish I had gotten him. So much reloading. And how is that a death? How? What? How? Oh! My shoulders? Wow, that might be... like... That's not what's killing me? His blast? Like, his individual blast is killing me. That's not always a one-hit kill, but it is if I'm in the center of it. The large blast has not killed me so far. But I appreciate the suggestions. Not a matter of not knowing what I need to do, I don't believe. If I'm in the center of that, it can't kill me. It's incredibly hard to see it coming sometimes. And I'm also running right into it at other times. Oh, it's starting from there, is it? Well, that's bad news for me. It's just not activating. I can't figure out why. Maybe I'm not holding it long enough. Oh, and they're coming from over there. That's where I didn't see them before. really like to take the heavy out immediately this time. Also, out of ammo, okay.
Great.
That's gonna be a problem.
No.
Get to a backpack somehow.
That's my cue.
Very, very red in there. Oh, so red. Huh. Oh, huh.
Us? Who the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know if that's far enough away. I hope it is. Number 2. Is there a third? Yep. You tired yet, buddy? Oh. So if I'd just taken out that heavy last time, we would have been fine. This is the vision. Oh, he didn't know how it was gonna end. It turns out it's him getting punched in the face. I've got a snack for you. It's called a chronon regulator. Oh, he's out. That is so beautiful. The implication of that blood spray is so fantastic. Now he knows what it's like to be serene, I guess. Hey, William, did you get, pinged at any point there? Sorry about the wild gun spray.
Jack. What? Never mind. Tell me later. We got work to do.
So sorry to grind the gears there. Hopefully we're back on track.
To the core. It's
It was
designed
weird.
to saturate the Maya Joyce field with chronon particles. The time machine's like an amplifier.
Hey,
It'll
Paul.
cause a chain reaction and rejuvenate the field. It'll be a universal event.
I'll take your word for it. Just make it happen.
Jack, give me a hand with this.
I'm too busy admiring Paul. Fine.
What do you need?
All right.
The countermeasure's charge is low. We'll need a jolt of chronon particles. A jump start. That's you.
Something's happening.
Hurry up! It's working! It's like I'm pushing against the entire goddamn universe! I got it!
What have you done, Paul? Oh, he's disintegrated.
countermeasure. It stitched time back together everywhere. The destruction couldn't be undone. The lives we lost were real. But we fixed it.
Jack.
Will.
Clocks kept on ticking.
Come on. Come on. I think we just saved the universe.
Yeah. Where's Paul?
He's dead. He's gone. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Will, he was wrong
really
about
interesting.
everything.
That version of Paul, like,
Will.
Why would he have been resolved by this?
The countermeasure
Unless
worked.
it is, in fact, possible to change things.
Whoa. Countermeasure burned out. But the Maya Joyce field should be stable now. Of course, I'll have to run a few tests to confirm. But there's no reason to believe that the fracture isn't over. Whoa.
Something feels weird.
One more question. Paul Serene's entire philosophy was that time is a set path, and nothing can be changed. At the time, you obviously disagreed. But after everything you've seen and done, we need to know. What do you believe now? Was he right? Or is it possible to change things?
I'll come back for you.
And that is Quantum Break. Thank you very much for your patience during that final boss battle sequence, particularly. I love that game, and that is the question that you asked at the very end. So, you know, this whole plan, everything we've done, both with William and with Paul, has been under the assumption that time cannot be changed, that by the mere fact that they saw the end of time, they would always see the end of time. Like, once something has been perceived, it is locked in the timeline and will happen forever. So they've seen the end of time, both Beth and Paul. Our actions, Will and my actions, have stopped the fracture from happening. So it's like the end of time still might happen at some point, but it's definitely not happening in 2021 or whatever, like 2016, I mean. And so we did actually change something. Activating the countermeasure has changed time, even to the point where it appeared the future version of Paul, the older 17 years again living Paul, disappeared as soon as we activated the countermeasure, as if that version of him had never really gone to the end of time, had never met Beth. Or the other explanation is that whatever we did with countermeasure just somehow disintegrated him. Like, maybe if someone makes it to the end of time, they cannot ever be reconnected to a stable timeline? I'm not exactly sure. So the fact that Paul disappears at the end makes me think he was wrong. How would he disappear if it wasn't in fact possible to change some things in some way in the timeline? Which, leading up to the end, then makes me think that Jack isn't just giving Beth a hollow promise there. You know, if we follow the logic of time travel as it's been presented to us all along, the answer is Beth is dead. Beth has died. She will always die. We saw it happen, and there is no saving Beth. And yet, in Jack's mind, he still goes back and whispers there. I believe that was like when, you know, the stutter was happening when he was there with Will still. We just didn't see him do it the first time through. He actually stopped and whispered, "I'll come back for you," to Beth. And it's like that version of Beth, I think, is now moving again. She would be in William's timeline. I'm not exactly sure what timeline we end up in. Because as far as I'm aware, we're still in William's timeline when we activate the countermeasure. No, I'm sorry, I'm confused. We did go back forward in time. We came out of the swimming pool in present day because William said we had to activate the countermeasure in the furthest possible time, or whatever it was. So I just got myself confused there. We did come back through the corridor, back in time to 2000, back forward in time to 2016. So Beth in 2016 would be dead. When time is moving again, and we kind of have William back because we didn't see him die, so it's like, that one is explained. William can be alive, and it's not that strange, because we just thought he was dead. But Beth is where it gets interesting. Anyway, that probably muddied the waters more than not, but I'm very, very curious to see how many things they might bring back from this into the next project at this point. The Bright Falls project. I adore these games ever so much. I highly suggest you check out Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control, possibly in that order, though just check them out. And thank you for your time. This game is amazing. I love it. I love you all. And I will see you again soon. Let me just let the credits run out here, since I've rambled us on to the end. We'll see if there's any special sequence. Why not? I sure do appreciate all of your time here. It says I'm coming up just about on 3 hours, 2 hours, 58 minutes. So if you have stayed through for this whole thing, or if you're just picking it up now or catching it later, thank you. Your time is very meaningful to me. And I try not to waste it, which is why we're playing Quantum Break. One of my favorite games. There's so much about this world that has made me so curious, and it's just spread like it was already a huge conceptual world. Many, many things to consider inside of it, even back during Alan Wake, but especially since the onset of Control and all the cosmic layers that have been peeled back in Control. This world is huge. Like every time I play in a Remedy game, I feel free. Like I'm suddenly out of the cage of my normal reality. Which is why they're so very important to me. Thank you for listening to my rambles. I will see if I can skip past the remainder of the credits. And we'll see if there's anything else or if it's just spitting us back.
You've been very patient with us, and very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that patience is starting to wear pretty thin.
Of course. Right outside.
What will I find outside, I wonder?
Mr. Joyce.
A door? Oh, a hatch.
Finally. Thought you wanted to talk, not get my life story.
Well, you were at the heart of all of this. And you can understand our need to find out exactly what happened.
I heard it's all being pinned on Paul. It's quite the feat.
Paul Serene always danced to his own tune, you know that. He and his delusions did tremendous damage to Monarch. But we can still salvage this company. We can use a man like you. It's not the same Monarch you know, Mr. Joyce. Your exceptional qualities are obvious, and we both know you have certain needs our expertise could help with. We can help each other.
Now Jack is making a junction choice. But we don't get to know. We don't get to know the outcome. That's another question still in play. They've established that anyone who is exposed to chronon particles, even though Jack has a particular native, natural ability for it, anyone who is exposed to chronon particles eventually becomes a shifter, or they'll have to find their way past it to become something else that exists in multiple dimensions. So it seems like Martin Hatch may be suggesting, you're going to need medicine to to not be a shifter, right? You've just begun your journey of Chronon enhancement. And depending on which way Jack wants to take it, it's going to be very interesting. So I do dearly, dearly hope, if I can push this wish out into the universe, that we see Jack Joyce and Beth Wilder again in the future. Let's say 10 years ago, dared not make that hope about a certain writer named Alan Wake, and here we are, 10 years later, with all of our dreams coming true. So I'm just putting that wish out in the universe. Thank you again for all of your time. We will be back on another adventure soon, and bye for now.